So I'm finally doing a review of TRUXTON for the Megadrive, or Genesis if you live in the US. However, it is under unfortunate circumstances, but we'll get to that later. For now, we're going to focus on shooting down alien spaceships with various laser beams. So TRUXTON is a game from 1990, which I didn't actually play in my childhood. I actually played it as a fully grown adult, thanks to Classic Game Room introducing me to it. The premise of this game is to pretty much blow up every single son of a bitch that stands in your path before they actually blow you up into a million smithereens. And trust me, this will happen tons, because TRUXTON is about the equivalent of being kicked in the balls while being fed ice cream. So this game follows every single trope that a 90s shoot 'em up could ever have. You're basically going to save your planet from annihilation from an alien race before they ruin everyone's day and you don't get home to watch Top Gear. This really is one of the games where no review or video will ever do it justice. You have to play it for yourself to find out how fantastic it really is. So despite the fact that the Mega Drive and the Genesis have tons of side-scrolling shooters and top-down shooters on their system, TRUXTON really stands out from the crowd, and it really is individual from the rest. And I can't really pinpoint why this is. I mean, graphically and sound-wise and colour-wise, it really is unique, but it just really is a different kettle of fish of game, and it makes you feel different while you're playing it compared to a lot of other shooters. I mean, usually in a spaceship shooter you get what it says in the tin, you get spaceships shooting at you and you shooting back, but in TRUXTON what you get is horrible, ugly monstrosities of alien spaceships shooting all sorts of little darts and pellets at you while you try and shoot them down using electric beams and lasers and all sorts. But putting that aside for a minute, what's the gameplay actually like? Well, as I said before, it is brutally hard. It's the type of game you can get better at, but you'll always be caught out by a stray bullet or a spaceship trying to run up your backside or something along these lines. But as I said, the more you play it, the better you'll get at it, and if you are drinking a beer while you're playing it, just keep in mind that the more beer you drink, the worse you're probably going to get at this game. Despite the fact we love drinking beer while playing this game. So as you progress through the levels of TRUXTON, you'll get various different pickups. You'll get some for speed, some for power, and you'll get a red, blue and a green item, which will change your type of shot. For example, the blue one gives you big, massive electric bolts. And you will find yourself having to pick up a different type of weapon quite a lot, just due to the different enemy types, so that kind of keeps the gameplay fresh. This game's definitely the type of game that's got arcade style difficulty, which means it's just hard as balls. If you die, you lose everything. You lose your weapons, your power-ups, the lot. You could argue that the checkpoints in TRUXTON are a plus and they make it a little bit easier for you to play the game, but in my opinion, if you die and you're blasted into a million smithereens and then you respawn in the middle of a war zone again with none of your weapons, you're in for a bad time. So I'll be honest, I've never completed TRUXTON in my life. It is just really difficult, and it's got so many stages you would not believe it. Each area in the game is referred to as a round, and each round has 5 stages, so that is a lot of gameplay to get through before you can even consider yourself near the end of the game. And you've got the brutal difficulty alongside that, and it's pretty much a true arcade game which is looking for every single coin you've got. But you know what? You don't have to be able to complete a game to enjoy it, and Truxton is a good example of that. You can sit down, you can have a little bash at it for a little while, you can drink a shit ton of beer before you go out and just sit and play some Truxton, and then you can go out and brag to your friends about how you completed it when you didn't. Or at least that's what I do. I honestly don't have a bad thing to say about Truxton at all. It's just one of those games where it's exactly what you want it to be. Being an arcade game, you want it to have that difficulty, you want it to have that arcade style with the flashing colours and the quite strange music. I would say that it's not the best Mega Drive soundtrack I've ever heard in my life, but it does really suit the game. The only issue I can actually come up with for this game is the price that it goes for on eBay. It goes for around about £30 to £40, which is maybe even $50 US. Quite a lot of money for an old game. Saying that, it's not as much as some shooters on the Mega Drive such as Musha. So the only reason I know what Truxton is because of the YouTube channel Classic Game Room. Now, we had some sad news throughout the week. Classic Game Room is shutting down. At least it's shutting down in the format that we know it just now. We're not going to be sad about it. We're going to try and keep our heads up high. We're going to enjoy retro games in the way we always have, and we're going to give Mark and the rest of his team all the support they need. It is a little bit of a damper, and it makes me feel sad that I won't be able to watch Classic Game Room daily anymore, but he did say he's going to keep it as a hobby, so fingers crossed. Anyway, so to summarise my thoughts on Truxton, you should buy it if you own a Mega Drive. You should buy it if you love spaceship shooters. You should buy it if you love arcade games. You should even buy it if you own an Xbox One, because you could sit it on top of your Xbox One and it'll make it look better. Who knows, maybe your Xbox will start acting like a games console again instead of a glorified Netflix and chill box. Music's totally different.